And one of my sad days coming up, I think, will be the last game at Goodison Park, because that's the last of the, Luton holds 11,000 people, Goodison holds nearly 40,000, and it staged World Cup semi-finals. It's been there since the 19th century. And it's got proper history, and some of it is still the original stuff designed by a Scotsman called Archibald Leach. So if you ever watch a game from Goodison and you see the famous blue and white crisscross pattern on the fascias of the stand, that was the signature of this guy Archibald Leach, who built a lot of the grounds around the country at that time. And it's the last of the great signature old stadiums, and it's got probably a year to go, depending on the club's various pressing financial issues. But it'll be a sad day indeed when we walk out of there for the last time.
I was going to ask if you had a favorite ground to commentate from, if there's a gantry that feels different or a place that feels different to walk into.
Well, have you ever seen, and maybe this will make people go scrabbling to social media to look at it, there is video on social media of the climb to the gantry at Goodison Park, which involves walking up the inside of the old Bullens Road stand, which dates from the 1930s, through a little door that's about 4 feet high at the back, up a vertical ladder on the outside of the stand, onto the roof, right across the roof, and then through a hatch, doorway, down a vertical ladder onto a suspended steel platform beneath the roof. And that's the walk to the gate. It's the most magnificent view when you get there. And we commentators, we're quite strange beings, as I'm sure this conversation has already told you. But it's all about the view. It doesn't matter about the dangers, the inherent dangers in getting there. It's what view you've got of the game when you get there. And when you do get there, it's terrific. Except, without being too indelicate about this, there are no toilet facilities on there. So once you're there, you're there. And when I was in my 20s, it didn't really bother me. Now I'm in my 50s, it's a little bit more of a concern, particularly on a cold day. And there's an old colleague of mine called Gerald Sinstadt, now sadly no longer with us, who for many, many years was one of the leading commentators for both the BBC and ITV, the main commercial network in the UK. And on one particular day in the depths of December, he was up there and he was caught short. He required toilet facilities. And there was still about 45 minutes of the game to go. And he suffered the ultimate indignity because the Everton ground staff arranged for a bucket to be winched up onto the gantry in full view of the entire Goodison Park congregation, who then watched from afar whilst he filled this bucket, which was then painfully winched down from the gantry as well. He never quite lived that down.